nobody is an expert in this because this is something brand new. And so pretending to be an expert and pretending to know everything that needs to happen is just nonsense. The right answer is that you try stuff. You're going to make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes, and you adjust quickly to get things to a better place.
Hey Canada, welcome to another episode of Dana's Culinary Insights. I have a very special guest list today. We're featuring our president, Yuri Daniel, and we also have our executive vice president, Ross Monroe. But before we go ahead and start that episode, if you want to check out us and what we do with regards to the food service landscape, you can follow us on our social media. You can check out our Instagram down in the link below. At Dana Hospitality. You can also check us out on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can also look at our website, danahospitality.ca. So without further ado, let's get this one started. Good to see you both virtually. I hope all is well with your families, all is well with your health. We got quite a bit of questions here today, and we're very, very excited. Do you guys want to tell us a little bit briefly about yourselves and your work in the food service industry? Ross, I'm going to go ahead and start with you.
My career started many years ago, Jay, actually on the clean end of the dish machine at Acadia University. And I moved to Toronto shortly after that, and over the last number of years have worked in three organizations, really, all that became bigger from acquisition. And about 5 years ago, made a decision to come back to my roots, which is a small Canadian owned corporation that focuses on what I love, which is the delivery of great hospitality.
Excellent. Yuri, and yourself?
So I started as a busboy many years ago in Toronto restaurants, and then stayed in the restaurant business for 10, 15 years, owning and operating some restaurants. And then moved into contract food service and discovered that it was a great place to work. It gave lots of opportunity to grow and learn. And about 10 years ago, I found my way to Dana Hospitality and have enjoyed a terrific ride as we build a small Canadian company into something very special.
So lots and lots of experience between you two, both at the grassroots level, from entry-level positions all the way up to executive level. So you've seen a lot in both of your careers. I do want to ask you, in the last 3 to 4 months specifically, as we navigate this pandemic, how has the food business landscape changed in Canada? Or in other words, what big shifts are you seeing as we go through this pandemic right now?
I would say that the most significant shift, I would put it into 2 words, is sanitation and separation. And so people are looking for more than ever for a safe food experience, and the all new term of social distancing that have been critical factors in the last 3 or 4 months.
So I agree with Ross, but I also think that trust is more important than ever. So having trust in the food that's served to you, having trust in the people that are serving you that food, and even trust in the organization that's behind those folks is going to be more important than ever for the foreseeable future.
Have either of you seen anything analogous to this shock to the industry in your years in the food industry at all? Yuri, I'm going to go ahead and start with you.
So that's a good question. There have been lots of shocks to the food service industry over the years, but I don't think anything has come close to what we're seeing right now. This is shaking the industry to its roots in many ways. People are questioning whether they should go out, whether they should visit public facilities, or how that might look when they do go. And so everyone's having to look deep into their organizations and think about how best to respond to that.
Ross, what about you? Anything at all remotely that you can think about?
Nothing. absolutely nothing. You look at implementation of taxes and those kinds of things, but nothing that touched absolutely everybody to their core. And this is about safety and trust, as Yuri said just a bit ago. Nothing like this ever.
Now, obviously, the food service industry has needed to adjust, as we see the rollout in Canada between stage 1, stage 2, and now there's talk about stage 3. We see that food service companies have to adjust in a way that's quicker than usual. You don't normally see this kind of change in operations within a span of 4 months. So I do want to ask both of you as executives, do you think that a lot of food service providers, or even in our case, contracted food service providers, do you think that this requires an overall shift in strategy, or do you think that we adjust for now and then we go back to what it would look like in the pre-COVID world?
I think that certainly in the short term, there are changes to how you operate. We're having to listen more closely to clients and customers and our own staff about what makes them comfortable and what makes them feel safe. In terms of how this is going to play out over the longer term, I think that there's a natural tendency for everybody to want to go back to the way it was. Everybody wants to believe that we're going to be back the way it was. Bars are going to be open. Food service facilities are going to behave the way they used to. I think that will take some time. I think this is because it's a safety and a trust issue, I think people will take time to get back to what it was, and it may not ever get back 100% to what it was.
Ross, what do you think?
Well, I think that when you look, Jay, at other parts of the world, when people have reopened in whatever fashion you believe they have, too quickly, too slowly, or whatever it is, the massive return to significant challenges around personal safety, I think that people have that in their minds here, and I think our government is very concerned. All provinces are very concerned about that very thing. So I do agree that people are eager to get back as close to what they have done in the past, and that absolutely may not come to fruition. There are many companies that are seeing value in having had their employees working from home, and may choose never to bring them back to the office or on an irregular basis as opposed to a daily basis. And all of those things have significant impact on the food service business.
With regards to Dana, do you both think that this means an overall change or a big rebranding thing? Or do you think it just means adopting a couple of peripheral brand behaviors to help navigate this challenge?
We do what we do at Dana, and I think that the people that value what we do, I believe will value it more. And so there will be a quote unquote doubling down on values that we deliver. There's no place where fresh food is not more valued today than it was 3 months ago. Safer food. And those are the things that we stand for. So there are organizations that will perhaps make the choice on the cost side, but those are typically not Dana's clients anyway. And so my belief is that those that have been with us will continue to value what we value.
I agree 100%. I think that there will be very strong value placed on quality, not by everyone, but certainly by a large group of people, and the benefit that quality food service and safe food service brings to employees and or students and or visitors to public spaces. I think that's only going to get stronger, and so I don't believe that this is a race to the bottom. I think that the marketplace is still going to value what we do and what we've always done very highly.